Some say Formula One isn't really a sport. What sport has stadiums that span cities? Or revels in driving rain, blazing sun, and blackest night? What sport makes even Vegas stop and stare? Sure, we have passing and curveballs and even the odd dive. But for us, the back of the net is no place to be. Breakpoint is rarely an advantage, and halftime, we do it in no time. Our kit saves lives. Our goals change futures. Our slam dunks echo around the world. And our big game, we do it 23 times a year. This is no ordinary sport. This is Formula One.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to round 9 Monza realistic tier. Hope you are
Ciao,
well.
bella, tutti frutti. Oh,
It's
wet.
raining.
That is very wet.
I can just imagine what they're like.
But will that mean it's a dry race? Who knows? I was just about to burst out my best Italian there as well. Ciao, bella, tutti frutti.
Wet quali dry race from Sid Kravitz.
Yeah, I thought that. That's boring. So, given that
Let's get a table up quickly while we're waiting for people to come out, and then we can just discuss and stuff. Don't know if that's right. What is that? See, I don't trust. I think he is having a right meltdown.
what?
The light stream that we use, because I changed that earlier and put the right one in, but it's showing the grid from last week. Weirdly. So we're not going to do that again. We won't discuss the table.
I was just getting ready to discuss it. So my question now will be, given that on dry races when there's only 15 going through and 5 crash out, Antle goes out and does an intermediate set of a hot lap on intermediates, do you think he'd do it on soft here if
You should do.
same thing? Yeah, exactly.
I think oh, it's full wets as well, not even intermediates. Full wets.
Yeah. Was Alan out first or was it
Scoopdex. And it's nice to see people coming out nice and early for this one. The wet always makes people come out early. Yeah, I'm not sure. I did say earlier when I was speaking to Sid, it feels like we've had rain at least once in every single race we've done.
Yeah, Sid was saying that last night. It just seems to be, when it comes to rain, we are desperately unlucky.
Yeah, we are. Someone's done a massive rain dance on our PRL calendar.
It's not pit box racing league, it's persistent rain likely. We've now got a moniker for PRL.
But it's should be dry for the race, which is be a nice little twist. It's always nice to have a little bit of rain in there somewhere, but I prefer it to in the race when it's 3/4 through or something.
Yeah.
Got Scootex. Our first attempt at a hot lap to Scootex coming around turn 1 and 2. Dry setup on a full wet track. Yeah, you're gonna have to if there's it's a full dry race though.
I see Matt still in the pits. I'm wondering if he's got PTSD about stepping back into Mercedes after last night in the rain here.
Oh, someone's gone. Who's that?
That's a Ferrari round.
It wasn't Anfo. It's OTC Dreams. We just caught the back end. Oh, get yourself facing the right way, mate. Pivot has retired. Pivot's crashed.
Oh dear.
I can't get there quick enough. Pivot has crashed. I'm not sure if that was even a sort of hot lap or is it just an out lap? But we've lost our first driver.
Antle's soft run coming yet, I think.
Who was we with? It was Scootex. Where are you? Sorry.
Scootex
Scootex has crashed. Oh my god. Alan is next. Scootex is on left hand side. Well, that's a massive loss to go over there. Alan, first time 132.7. Don't know who is next. Mikey. It is Mikey.
Is about to come across.
Mikey 133.31. Sierra 131.8.
Sarah's about to cross the line. Second place 132.0.
Oh, that's another Ferrari. Who's that now? Oh, it's OTC Dreams again is trying to kiss the wall. second time on his outlap. And no surprises coming in.
Very squirrely moment. Oh, I see the tyre still lying in the middle of the track.
Mm-hmm. An eventful start to Q1. Stagajit, purple sector 1, a little bit of a compromise on the exit. Don't know what's happening. I never know. Which ones are the Lesmos?
The sharp left, right.
There's very tight chicane.
Yeah, and then Ascari is the...
I always get myself confused with them. I don't know why. I'm not very good with these corners on these tracks anyway. And now he approaches Ascari. Oh, looks a little bit uncomfortable around there. Just brought out these yellow flags ahead as people just fighting for positions.
Peter Elmat approaching Ascari.
Oh, is that McLaren?
Oh, yeah, there's
oh, Dagashi. Oh. Oh, Blitz. It's Blitz. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's crashed.
Yeah, Matt just went past him. Matt's coming up to the final corner.
Move over left. He's just can't park there, sir. This is eventful. We've lost 3 drivers.
Boo. Matt puts in a 133.1.
Is that snipers? It is, I believe. Maybe Sid coming into the pits. See, or is he having another attempt? You can have multiple runs on the wet tyre compound. They don't degrade nowhere near as quickly as the softer compounds or dry compounds. Is that getting going again? It is.
Vic has invalidated his first attempted lap.
Gary is coming round. That is confident down the bottom, I'm assuming. Yes, it is. Vale is going around Lesmo. The rest seem like they are on outlaps. Kenyon just ahead, coming up to Ascari now. We've got yellow flags. I think that's just pulling over.
Oh, somebody else has gone.
Oh no, we've lost Dreams. So we've lost 4 drivers. Where are you? He's right over on the left-hand side. So I believe for the... Was it the second week running? We lost Dreams early in quali last week, didn't we? I don't know.
That was a week ago, mate. I'm an old man.
I think he said his batteries run out. I remember, it might not have been him. I just may have dreamt it. There's a lot of things I dream and I can't remember if it's right or not.
I am real, Ollie. I am real.
Where am I?
Convict approaches Ascari. Oh, he has to get off the power.
Oh, very wide.
He's,
not invalidated.
He did not enjoy that.
So we will lose 1 other driver as it stands, at least. Well. Nope, it wasn't James. Yeah, I must have dreamt it. Convict crossing the line. It will be a slow time. He had to jeopardise one of his exits, but it is valid. Gary in crossing the lines up to P8.
LMB's approaching the line now.
Oh, we were.
I felt that. He did well to actually control that. I thought he was gone there.
Go down to Kenyon. This weather is really testing our drivers tonight. Sierra improves his time, puts it on P1 as Kenyon just pips him. Back down to Vale. Sierra has retired in the pits, I believe. He's just happy with his time.
Vale's coming at the line now.
Vale with a 131.673. We have a couple more. Convict improving as it stands. Who's the Aston Martin of that? He's in validation. Snipers. So yeah, we will lose at least one other at the moment.
Yeah, snipers are invalidated. He's going into the pits.
So all we've got to have is, just because the amount of people that have crashed out, I believe, we're going to lose one with the slowest time, but JT Blitz is the time to beat. Because even if they don't crash out but don't beat JT Blitz's time, they will still be eliminated. Antho, new first assist, 130.989. NB is in the pit. Dodo's fighting a car.
Assuming Sierra retired in the pits because he is no longer on screen.
Sierra, yes, he retired in the pitch, yeah.
I must have missed that.
I'm not surprised. I mean, comfortably in P5. There's no point risking it anymore. As Dodo's having a little bit of a weave, same as Mikey and Sid retired in the pits. Happy, not worth the risk. See what Dodo's can do. Oh. We've got a couple of drivers just coming back out, wanting to utilise as much of this wet practice as possible.
Convict's staying out to go again. He must have had a fair amount of fuel in his car, I think.
Ah, potentially, yes. Dodo's just put in a purple sector 1. A good achievement to get that Haas up the table as much as possible. Definitely needs conditions. Sarah happy. Yeah, a handful of drivers out on track now. Most of them safe. We got LMB and Dodo's are the ones that haven't set a time. Approaches Ascari a little bit late there. He looked like he was going to really run on the line. Kenyon happy.
Yeah, I kind of sucked my breath in there thinking he was going to invalidate. Oh, Matt's stuck it in P5, I've just noticed that.
Dodo's crosses the line and puts it P7. Back down to LMB, who looked like he was having a decent lap, but just at that moment on the exit of the final corner, done well to keep it out of the wall, like we said.
Convict has moved above Snipers for Life, who is just coming out for another final run at it.
Oh, LMB had another moment on the exit of Ascari. Didn't invalidate, but will affect his time. Must have let off quite a bit to keep that a valid lap. As he is going to persist and come across the line with a 1:32.398. Probably would have been a half decent time. Probably would have been at least a 1:31.9s, I would have thought, if he didn't have that moment. But it's definitely enough to get him into Q2.
So I bow to OTC Dreams' wisdom, and he's absolutely right. The Lesmos are actually the double right-hander after the second chicane.
Ah, that's why, yeah, Lesmo 1 and 2. What snipers is going around now? Or just exited on? Right. Snipers
Genie
for
wisdom
life.
indeed.
Snipers for life. Final corner. Long looping right-hander. Seems to have caught a couple of our drivers off guard in the wet conditions as well. As he looks to improve his time. Hangs very wide left. He doesn't improve his time. Most drivers will cut that or keep that line tight as possible. He seems to drift over. Convict have another go. He must have had so much fuel in that car.
Yeah.
I don't know how many laps he's done. Where's the tie? He's done 6 laps.
He's improving still as well. It did look a bit more stable through Scary there.
LMB does improve and does get into the 131.9. As Convict round the final corner, keeping it tight on the right and does move up to P11, 132.7. Seems to be able to have 2 runs at this with ERS. Cybers is 2.5 seconds down on his time. Like we said, due to the guys ahead setting valid times before crashing, it does mean at the moment he's sitting in P16 and will be eliminated. He's got one last attempt with 30 seconds to go. As he comes around the final corner, he's going to have to give it his all. He is the only driver on track at the moment who is at risk. See what this Aston Martin driver can do. If it approaches turn 1 and 2, he can lose a lot of time. As he drives through that tyre that's in the middle of the track. It's a decent first sector at the moment. He is improved by 0.3 in the first sector alone. He's going to need an improvement of at least half a second. No, probably more.
I'm just keeping a very close eye on his ERS because I don't know if it's going to get him to the line.
Whoa, I don't know what that was. It looked like the car was a potential, had a bit of oversteer. Where is he in terms? He is 0.4. He is improving on his time at the moment.
He needs to improve by another 0.2.
Needs to have a good Ascari. It looks fairly smooth, is it?
His ERS is going.
Oh, it's good. It could. That last little push to the line may just be effective as he builds it back up under the heavy braking. Got to keep it nice and smooth. Very close to invalidating there. Go right. Keep it right. I don't know.
I didn't see either.
16.
Oh, no.
It was obviously an improvement by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So we lose 6 drivers, I believe. I'm going to run through all the people together. So we do lose Douglas Yeet, JT Blitz, Snipers for Life, OTC Dreams, Pivot, and Scootex.
Yeah, he ended up. He was just over 10th. Outside Blitz's time, unfortunately.
So we roll into Q2. 14 drivers in. Lose a minimum of 4. If it's still raining, could possibly be more.
So, judging by what OTC James did for qualifying, I'm assuming he's going to like overfuel by 10 laps for the race. He had 11 laps of fuel in his car, but didn't even manage to do one. So,
Made the car too heavy.
Exactly. So, I missed this because we'd obviously had Sid Kravitz. It actually looks like the rain in... Yeah, it's throughout all of qualifying. It will not be drying up in qualifying at all.
Solid, and we are still on the full wets as well.
If anything, it looks like it's going to get heavier.
Wow, that's good for you and me.
It is.
A nice wet quali. Judging by the Q1, is probably going to be some more excitement is coming our way. Zanfo just kicks out the rear of the Ferrari. It's a very hard track to try and keep these tyres warm. Definitely in these conditions as well. Scary moment. Just the weaving in and out. Zanfo just comes down to the final corner. Looping right, it will stay to the left as much as possible to try and utilise and get that power down as best he can do. Decent run up to the long straight that Monza has. Into the very, very, very tight turn 1. The famous Hamilton and Verstappen mountain corner.
Mounting or mountain?
No, mountain. Yeah, not the big things. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mikey.
Mikey, no. Mike, it's so not right. Interesting if we're going to see... Oh, he's on the left-hand side. Just shame we lose both Aston Martins in late in Q1 and early in Q2. We are down to losing 3 more drivers.
So it's potentially getting a nice toe off Black Gary ahead of him.
Will we see Sid into Q3? Oh, that sounds like a bit of a prediction to me, doesn't it? 0-131-3. Let's do
you do
it.
have to wonder with Sid being the McLaren team boss, because he went,
Hey, he's put his foot down.
yeah, exactly, get out there and pull me around here. Black Gary crosses the line on a 133.2. Sid a Black Gary a 133.3 and Sid a 133.2. The toe worked.
It did.
Bumped it to the very respectful 132.8 in the Williams.
There we do. We have a prediction live at the moment. Will PRL Sidra get into Q3? Fail P1 131.065. couple of drivers. Alan is in the pit. Dodo's is in the pit. Who is our first out lap here, Joe? We're going to forward with Kenyon as he's just started his hot lap. We've got a yes. Kenyon, purple sector 1. The approach is the first of the Lesmo corners. Teammate just ahead here as well. Fail. There won't be any tow from these guys. They don't believe in a tow.
No, don't need it. Don't want it.
As it stands, it should be seeing Kenyon on provisional. P1 for Q2.
Now, Matt appears to be behind Convict on track. Is Convict doing the same again and just going round and round and round? But Matt will get a nice tow.
And it does put it P1 for Q2 as it stands. Where is Matt? He is there. Vale has retired
Bales.
in the pits. He's happy.
Oh, right enough. I'm thinking it was Q3 and I'm like...
He just don't want to get wet anymore.
Yeah.
And
Gone
Vale
from Ski Time
improves.
Gone from Ski Time Gale to Sunshine Vale.
As yeah, even Matt's not improving, but he has been following that Williams as it just pulls over to the left now.
It just...
Comes round the final corner.
I mean, if Matt doesn't have an incentive to start further up the grid after last night, I don't know what would. P7.
It is. So the only other people that yet to post the time is Alan, who is on his out lap, and Dodo's, who is in the pits. Just finishing off his cup of tea. LMB is slightly down in his time. Is he going to improve? If he does by 0.1, must have had a good exit. Sierra comes back up as I believe, is that Dodo's or is that Sid sitting on the pit exit? It might be Sid. Sierra is just starting.
Black Gary's going again. He's improved just very slightly, but
Cedric is fearing a little bit as it stands right on the edge of the elimination zone. A couple of yellows, they look like everyone's moving, just a little bit of jostling for position. Alfa Romeo pulling over for an Alpha Tauri. Bit of traffic in sector 2. Gary improves by 0.333. Who was that? Is that Alan? I'm assuming he's on an out lap.
yeah, he is. Yeah.
He is. So who's the other? Is Sierra? He was on a hot lap. Is that Alfa Romeo? He's just waiting for the last Ferrari to go before he can get back off. He's let a lot of cars past. Very nicely done. As Sierra dives into the pits. So the driver that we will stick on board with now will be Cedric. He just starts his hot lap now. He aims to get into Q3.
I think Alan actually is on a lap. That was my fault. Certainly burning ERS anyway. And he's coming round. final bend now?
Not sure. I think Sid's actually turned off ERS already after turn 1. It looked like it was a bit of a dodgy exit. So yeah, his ERS is improving. So I think
Alan
he turned
crosses
off.
line, goes P7.
So it does drop Sid down into the elimination zone. His teammate is behind him. Ooh, bit of a lock-up. Ciro has but Dodo's just gone! On board with Dodo's as it happened. A complete loss of the back end. Too much power put down. Put him right in the wall, and good night to that wheel.
It's got enough time to put in 2 laps here.
Yeah. Yeah, he backed up very early as well.
Yeah, his ERS is back up to full. Matt is coming out. He doesn't feel safe. I mean, I'd have thought his time was safe enough, to be honest.
Sid just improved. Sector 2 with no ERS being used. He's going to have to improve now. We've lost his teammate. We see both Hasses out in Q2. So it goes into turn 1 again. A little bit deeper, it looked like. A bit better on the exit compared to the last lap. This may be the big lap that you're expecting from him. He's going to need it. He does have time to have another go afterwards if it doesn't come to plan.
Convict ahead of him is still going.
Kenyon happy in the pits. No ERS is faster than ERS. Interesting.
Well, see, I've heard this in the wet as well. Convict is actually storing up his ERS. He's saving up. He's going to have one last line go at this, I think.
So Cedric is not improving as it stands on the exit of Sector 2.
Oh, he's going to need, what, over half a second? Or about half a second?
He needs a big, big improvement. It's got to be an all or nothing lap.
Yeah, I just noticed his ERS wasn't on, so...
Must have backed out Sector 2.
It is on now, though.
Go into turn 1, heavy braking point. Seems to take that turn 1 a little bit better than he has done. Just riding the apex, he was a little bit deeper. Yes, he did go very deep with his previous 2 attempts. That looks a little bit better and a little bit tighter. Yeah, and maybe a little bit deep into the turn. First turn on that one, just missed the apex. Comes to up to the Lesmos, carry a little bit more speed. Nice and tight, ride it and keeps it in. Looks smooth. Comes down to the edge of Sector 2, we'll see where he's going to be. He's not improving, he is 0.2 down. Is he turned off again?
Off again, yeah. Is he listening to us saying that Convict's having one last crack at this? Convict's coming at the end of Sector 2. Oh, he's improved by half a second.
Oh, so we're going to need a mega lap from Sid.
Yeah.
Turn 1 again. Didn't look too bad.
Crossing the line now. Oh, he lost a bit of time in Sector 3. Improved by 2/10 though.
Just a little bit slow around the Les move. He approaches the second DRS. Obviously is not activated due to the weather under the bridge. This is the make or break. Yeah, he is improving at the moment. 0.897 improvement.
That is going to make it very close.
He is.
Convict is only improved by less than a tenth. This could be tooth and nail, this.
So, for final attempts after backing out of a few, he's put his balls on the table. What will it produce? And it's enough to put in 1.4 improvement. P9.
It's Gary that's at risk now.
Down to Convict.
Cracking lap from Sid there. Well done.
Does Convict have anything in reply? Don't think he's got it. He hasn't got it. He did improve, but we lose Convict, Mikey, and Dodos. And the prediction of Sid into Q3 is in. Yeah, we know you did. We watched it. So, yes, he does. Believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is this his first Q3?
It is, since his return. He's even referring to himself as Jesus now on the stream. I mean, alright.
Who's Jesus?
That's what he's written. Since he's written Jesus, I think he's proclaiming it's the second coming or something. Easter was a week or two ago.
And there we have it, the end of Q2. Another wet, wild, slippery, slidey, wheel ripping qualifying.
Sid has made a very valid point there about Convict P11 for the Williams.
Oh yeah, mega.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
Anto, I'm not going to even read that out loud on stream. No, I refuse to.
The prediction, Sid, was you into Q3. So it's still nice and wet. Brave ladies and gentlemen at the top wearing shorts and the odd umbrella.
Kenyon's probably got his shorts on in his car, no doubt.
He's a postman. He's not allowed to wear anything but.
Exactly. It's the law.
100% inters incoming. Doesn't look as heavy, but it still looks quite wet. I mean, it might be a very good, a good Q3 if it's just on the edge and it doesn't really know what's better yet. As we're probably going to see quite a few drivers out first again, just because a lot of people like to come out early during the wet. Antfo is first out again.
Yep, everybody out on wets at the moment. That sky does look a bit brighter, though, I must admit.
Yeah, it doesn't look as murky now.
Yes, James, you get to keep your dreamy wisdom title. That's what you get if your prediction comes true.
See. Looks like everyone is out on track apart from LMB.
Oh, dear.
It'll be quite a nice little mixed up field though, with losing some drivers out early.
I was just thinking that. So what have we got? We've got one McLaren.
So we've got Blitz of the McLaren, who went out in Q1.
Yeah.
So he's not bad pace. Will probably be fighting for like, you know, a top 10, realistically. So he's got a good battle down there. Got Dreams.
Yeah, so we've only got one McLaren, one Ferrari, one Mercedes, one Haas.
Yep, got Dodos sitting around P12.
Yep. I'm trying to think who else is through, and then what cars. Both
Got
Alphas,
Douglas
obviously.
Yeet. Went out in Q1 as well, so we got a fast Red Bull at the back of the grid. There's definitely some overtakes coming, I believe. Definitely with the straight that we've got here.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that? Who's that? Oh, Kenyon. Dived into the pits. Not sure for what reason.
So, is it Anfield that's going to be over the line first?
It is Anthro, followed by Vale, and then Gary. Again, I don't know who your prediction could be for provisional pole or on pole. It's tight, so it kept swapped a few times.
Yeah, it's difficult to say because I'm sure the faster guys probably didn't go flat out in Q2 for risk of crashing out, so...
Whoa, wait, whoa, whoa! Sierra ballerinaed his way right into the pits. I mean, that was brilliantly done. Sid goes P5, Alan P4, Matt P3. Syrah crossing the line, and we goes P3. LB is on an outlet coming around the final corner. Gary, invalidating his first attempt, is having another go now.
I mean, at this early run, you've got to see, I mean, it's Anto's pole to lose, really, isn't it?
Judging by those times early on,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Gary comes down to the final corner. I've seen a few cars spinning there. Keeps the power smooth as he crosses the line with a 1:32.341. Back down to LMB. Coming down to just under the bridge. Oh, who's there? Is that a Red Bull? The yellow flags ahead after Ascari. Got himself going again, maybe just a moment on the exit. Comes up to the line. What can the Alfa Romeo driver do? P6. Got another outlap from Sierra after his spin. Alpha Alpine coming out again, yes. As the Red Bull comes in. Well, Anfo again, he's improving. Final corner. Anfo improves by over half a second. It's the first 129s we've seen. I think LMB might be having another go at this. He's just improving.
I was just a way to say, because he seems to have kept his ERS on.
He is 0.1 at the moment. Oh, right on the line.
I'm shocked. That looked like an invalidation all day long from my point of view there.
I wonder if the rain is just starting to let up a little bit. We're seeing quite an improvement by some drivers. As LMB does improve by 0.9. 131 dead. Sierra, where are you, my man? And the Lesmos. With 3.5 minutes remaining on Q3. You see most of the drivers start to come back on track now. Another attempt. Whichever comes down to the final corner. It's not looking too bad. It might be another sort of 131. Around that mark anyway. Should put him either P5 to C7. P4. 130.864.
Excuse me.
Let's go down to Kenyon. Got his teammate ahead, who is also on a hot lap. He is. Oh, there's a little bit of toe going on. They said it wasn't going to happen, and they're doing a toe. Oh, Alpine boys. He comes up, and he is a 130.555. They're going to return the favour, and it looks like... Are they going to return the favour? I'm assuming they would do. Is that they've swapped over. Zero is just ahead.
You'd almost think they'd learnt this from a Mercedes duo that used to race together.
I know.
Can't remember their names right now.
No, they went down in history, I think, though, didn't they?
Mobila's pulled out, I think.
We do have some inter runners, do we? Let's have a look. We do. We have Perel, Matt, LMB, Alan, and Gary at the moment on the intermediates. We're just going to watch Syrah as he comes around to the final corner now. And he crosses the line. A 129.827 pushes Kenyon down into P2. Goes Syrah. What can these intermediates do then? Well, judging by the first sector of that time, it's not great. Alan is the furthest ahead on the intermediate runners. He's not using any ERS. It is a little bit slower though. It's not going to push anywhere near the time that he's currently got. Probably be
Same with
going
Matt
now.
behind him. Matt was 2 seconds down, but then oh no, he is burning ERS. I don't think he was.
Cedric about to cross the line. Doesn't improve, 0.7. He may be having another go now. It's his last attempt. LMB invalidated. Matt, this is his only attempt, so the run on the intermediates did not work out. He was 3 seconds over. LMB down in P7. Alan is now coming round to the end of sector 1. He's 1.2 seconds down. The intermediates was not the right call.
Sid was fractionally up on sector 1, but he's going to offer a lot more to improve.
Here goes Syrah. P2. Anfo is improving as it stands. Anfo's gone. It's crashed. Well, that's a big one. Oh, who we lost there? Vale, final corner gone. Some of these drivers are putting their foot down. Anfo right in the way on the... That may have been what caused Vale to go as well. Kenyon does improve.
Sid is not improving.
Whoa, there's spins everywhere. Sierra's just spun.
Sid has had a nice talk from an Alpha Tauri.
Sid does not improve. So Val in the pit, we're just waiting for Sierra to cross the line. He's going to come into the pits. He is.
That is that.
That is that. That concludes Q3 of a very wet and wild Monza. So your top 10 from a teeth in. Top 10 drivers are the Canadian Maestro Anfo, puts it on P1, followed by TTM Syrah and PRL Kenyon to complete the top 3. Reservists in the AlphaTauri for tonight's race in P4, Vale in the Alpine P5, PRO Matt, Mercedes in P6, LMB in the Alfa Romeo in P7, Alan of the AlphaTauri in P8, Cedric's first Q3 and his return to realistic tier in P9, followed by Black Gary in a McLaren to complete your top 10.
I was going to comment on OTC James's running commentary, but his running commentary, he has indeed answered himself.
Yes.
basically by at the end of it, just going, never mind.
So we are going to take a short break while the drivers have their little conversation with themselves in the mirror, and we'll be back shortly.
Some say Formula One isn't really a sport. What sport has stadiums that span seas? Or revels in driving rain, blazing sun, and blackest night? What sport makes even Vegas stop and stare? Sure, we have passing and curveballs and even the odd dive. But for us, the back of the net is no place to be. Breakpoint is rarely an advantage, and halftime, we do it in no time. Our kit saves lives. Our goals change futures. Our slam dunks echo around the world. And our big game, we do it.
Back to a beautiful sunshiny Monza. So you do have our drivers just doing formation lap. As you can see, the predicted stop strategy at the bottom is a one stop from mediums to hard compound tyres. All going well. That is what most drivers will prefer to do, if not the reverse. So on that note, we will get the tyres up. We've got one hard runner in the top 16, and that is TTF LMB in P7. The rest electing for mediums, and then P17 down to P20, also elected for the hards, apart from Scootex in P19. As it looks like, this formation lap has been fairly quick. No hanging around.
Now, last night, I went on the grid with P12 and all hell broke loose, so I'm thinking go somewhere else this time.
I'm going to sit on with Sierra, I think.
I'm going to go all the way down to P17 and Dreams and see what kind of start he can get in that Ferrari.
As our drivers.
Stony Bum did make it in. That's good.
Matt was disqualified for
Matt.
overshooting a pit. Or the result. Cedric!
Oh, said loser. It's much easier when you're sitting watching,
Dreams.
isn't it? James as well.
And Pivot.
Pivot, just honestly.
Oh, well, that's what we have now. So we are just waiting for the grid. And we do have lights. On board with Sierra. It's lights out. And it's away we go for round 9 Monza. The decent start by most drivers as Vale is going up on the inside.
Can't breathe.
Fight for
Can't
positions. We have sector ones. Who is that? OC Dreams potentially down.
He actually very wisely backed out of the. There was a lot of cars bunched in front of him, and he very wisely backed out of it.
Can't see too much at the moment. It all looks fairly decent. Touch wood, touch foreheads, touch knobs.
Oh,
I've just jinxed it.
I don't know what happened there, but he seemed to come to a halt. I don't know if James went into the back of him.
Oh, Cedric has lost some places, down to P17. As OTC Dreams and Pivot are coming up to Ascari side by side. OTC Dream backs out, Pivot gets his nose ahead. Oh, who's that? Oh, we lost someone. Who's that? A Red Bull.
Bogus
Yeet. As OTC Dream looks on the inside of the Alfa Romeo driver. As he takes the inside, Pivot moves a little bit wider. OTC takes advantage. Snipers for Life and Scootex going side by side up turn 1. I don't know who has got their wheel ahead. Scootex has the inside line. As they are going, oh, Snipers for Life goes a little bit deeper, riding those bumpy curves. We've got LMB has moved around the outside, as Mikey has also been moved on the inside of Piero and Matt. A McLaren very late on the brakes. As Dodo's looking on the back as the pair go round. Refers Lesmo, a little bit of contact on the left hand side.
The receipt is in the pits. So he must have lost his front wing when he had that spin.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was a spin off the exit of the Ascari, as it is easily done. Oh, as the McLaren ahead has a moment, a little snaky moment, and Dodos has to let off the power, otherwise he was going to kiss Matt's gearbox, which I would definitely advise against.
I'm rather baffled that OTC teams. Oh, that's pivot round. That sounded quite correct. Pivot round.
LMB.
I didn't even mean that.
Oh!
I wasn't.
Mikey,
I was
just a
going
little
to
bit of
say,
outbreaker, sorry.
With no disrespect to Stoney, but he's in a Williams and OTC James cannot get past him in the Ferrari.
Oh, must be
Is
running
there
some mega wings.
I know. I was just going to say that. Is there a big difference in the wings here?
Potentially as we go up to Sierra, who is 0.5 on the back of the Alpine driver of Kenyon. In the meantime, Sierra is leading the race at currently lap 3 round Monza. 1.1 seconds away from P2. DRS is enabled this lap.
JT Blitz gets past Convict just before Ascari.
Go down with DRS open. Sierra may have a very good run up. Does. Burning a little bit. Is he going to be close enough to have a look on Kenyon? He is side by side. Let's break into the song then.
Skutex passes his team boss. The two Mercedes side by side.
It's a massive battle in here. Gary is on the back of LMB. LMB has got that position back. Mikey's hanging on to the back. Dodos is joining in this fight now as well. Two McLarens just a little bit back there. Dodos has a big little weave. Big little weave? I don't know if that makes sense, but he has a big weave out to have a look. Oh, is that Douglas Sheet? It may be Douglas Sheet as well. Sarah currently running in P20.
Convict has been in the pits. I'm going to assume that he must have had some contact.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So those where we look at Gary in P8 hunting for P7.
Dreams gets by Sid.
Dreams.
He seems to have found his pace now.
Yeah, it's all about getting yourself into that rhythm. As Dodos is burning. There's DRS. Oh, there's a little bit of rubbing as Mikey goes past. Dodos goes past Gary as well. And they slot back in. Double move on Black Gary. Matt is sightseeing. You can't. That's not the track, mate. Onto it.
I saw that
seconds.
happen. He basically had to get right out of going into the back of Skutex and just decided to just bail right through. He didn't even go near turn 1, to be honest with you. He just drove through it.
So that would be the justified 5-second penalties that he's just received.
Absolutely.
And he's totally taken it to heart. He's left the session.
Matt has.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
so
just
he
said
has.
he's left the session. He's probably just lost connection. As his ERS is stuck on the AI driver. Actually, I don't know. It's gone back off. Alright, OC Dreams looking at the back of JT Blitz.
Oh, No, he's not back on. Let me send him an invite.
Yes, please. Kenyon, new fastest lap. He is improving. He is on Anfo's gearbox. He gets past it. Anfo holds that outside line. Kenyon trying to come back and give it the old flipper flopper. Around the outside.
Invite sent to Matt.
As Kenyon is on the charge now. He's closed the gap from the top two and he's now within DRS of P1. Not Vale, I'm really sorry. It was Vale, not Kenyon. I don't know how I confused them two. And to LMB is in the hunt for dodos. Just a little bit more of some gaps starting to form. They've got a big cluster. Excuse me, a big cluster in sector 2.
Sorry, I'm staying on. Matt still has not been able to rejoin yet. I'll try sending one more invite.
Let's see, I was sending one as well just to cover all bases. Says it's in multiplayer. Italy. Invite to game. There we go. As OTC Dreams gets past Gary in the McLaren on the hunt. Now after starting last. Where is Matt? He is still not in. I've sent invites.
Yeah,
as well.
There's not much more that we can do.
No.
I've now got images in my head of Alan keeping away from his house with a set of bolt cutters at his Wi-Fi.
There he is, he's
internet
joined.
cable.
Scootex is in the pursuit of Mikey and the Aston Martin. But Mikey is just keeping in touch with LMB thanks to DRS. A very good race so far from Mikey Sin and P9, the Aston Martin. As Vale is now on the back of Syrah, but runs out of track.
Good news, Matt's taking control of his car again finally.
Yay. Mikey looking? Mikey is not looking.
Apart from the top three, that's really the only other close battle we've got is 9th, 10th and 11th.
Cedric is a 0.8 now away from Matt.
I mean, I'm not making any comment about Matt's ability, but Sid was further behind him than that when Matt was in AI.
Scootex is now on the back of Mikey's Aston Martin now. More powerful car, but then OTC Dreams is also on the back of the Mercedes. On the inside of Ascari, there is contact and he is round. Both of them are round. That is a simple case of two. Do not become one on these corners.
That has let Matt back past
That
his
has. So Scootex has gone heeded that position. He's not staying out, so no damage was picked up. But it cost these guys a handful of seconds, but
oh,
looks
the
like
three-way battle at the front.
freeway battle. Scootex gets past Matt again. his defence was just as good as Tottenham's this afternoon.
So we can expect Scudetto to pass another 6 times then.
Yeah, pretty much. Non-existent.
Look at me, full of football banter. Who'd have thought it?
As this little battle now has just allowed Kenyon to creep in DRS. And then it's a 4-second gap to the car behind in P4.
Oh, did I just see Sarah
Oh
round?
no, Sarah, where you go there, man? Oh dear, that was not good. I didn't see it. I'm guessing he's just a bit too early.
Yeah, there was no contact. But that's actually really helped out Gale because Anfield taking avoiding actions now nearly 3 seconds behind him.
Yeah, so saying was that 3-second gap now. Anfield must have had to take avoiding action, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Mikey
some
on the
work.
back of Mikey's on the back of LMB now.
Yeah, it's just them. And then it's a 4-second down to Gary behind there. That's dropped fairly quick. Dodo's has gone a little bit further up the road from what he was. Sector 2s. That is Pivot and Douglas Yeats battling it out as Mikey gets DRS. A good run. Should get this move done fairly comfortably well before the start of turn 1. As he brakes heavy. LMB looked like he may have tried to go on the outside, but he's just lined himself up for another attack. Who else have we got? JT Blitz, 0.5 away. I think he's been overtaken by Scootex as the McLarens are separated. OC Dreams is in the hunt for more positions after his spin and coming together with the Mercedes driver. Lap 17 of 27.
Pivot is back in the pits. Sierra, 3-second penalty. It's another front wing for Pivot. I'm actually just thinking, I mean, Matt's 5 seconds for corner cutting. He'll not be allowed to, that won't get removed when he pits, will it? So it's for corner cutting.
Yeah, yep, that is correct.
Sierra is in the pits.
So we're starting to see some medium runners pit now. As it's about right as we start to approach the halfway point of this race. Most drivers will swap to the hard compound tyres. Just trying to keep on some times now. Sid is 2.9 seconds back from Matt now. He's dropped some time. Sierra, who has just pitted, is 1.5 away from Sid, but on fresher tyres.
Dodo's last night's very nice.
OTC Dreams gets that move done comfortably before the start of the Scarrow. Sorry, Trev.
It's alright, it's almost just repeating itself. It's Dodo's chasing down Alan as they come to the last corner.
Vale pitted. Oh, Syrah is in the pit as well. Alan is in the pit. Dodos stays out. Mikey dives in. LMB carries on. Excuse me. Fairly straightforward pit for the majority. Sid in as well. Sierra going past. Stony Bun should stay out on the hard compound tyres, same as Douglas Ute. You will probably find Sid and Douglas Yeat potentially turn 1 timings. I think they'll come together. As the Red Bull driver is just coming up now. Sid's just coming out, maybe just ahead. But it's a very dodgy exit onto the pit. Throws you right out onto the tight right.
Yeah.
It's not a nice one. Okay, it looks like most pits as well. There's a few. We've still got some medium compound tyres out there. They're the ones leading the race at the moment, but it's who's going to make the quickest call. Kenyon is past. Anfo is in the pits. Dodo's final corner. Where would he be?
I would imagine Kenyon will absolutely give it his all on this lap.
Where is Vale compared to Anfo? That is the question. There's
Just going
Anfo.
past the pit lane now. Oh, he's got him.
As OTC Dreams move over into the middle of the track, as he is still well within this race. Vale's want to get past to try and drop some time from Anfo behind. Vale has got the fresher tyres. As for OTC Dreams has got the pace to stay ahead.
If you will attempt to slow Vale up to let Andrew get up to the back of him while he's warming his tyres up.
I mean, that's definitely possible. It's a team game.
And Stu Kenyon has been running his down to 8% ERS as he approaches the final
8%.
corner. Dodo's has picked up a 3-second penalty.
Goes Vale. Very surprised he makes a move here. He will not. He will line himself up for a better
Kenyon
exit.
is in the pits.
Oh, Anfo! Vale just sits behind here now and just make this move done. Going into the first DRS. Should get a nicer, better traction down. ERS burning. Give himself a head start, but DRS also kicks in. There it is. Kenyon is going to lose out on his battle here as Vale goes round the outside into turn 1. OTC Dreams keeps his nose ahead.
I'd imagine Kenyon is cursing under his breath that he didn't manage to get out ahead of Anfo.
But there could be another roll return now with Vale holding up Anfo behind. OTC Dreams is burning for his life. He is flashing. He is out of ERS.
Vale's down to 19% as well, so rarely these front guys are all burning.
How long will it be before OTC loses out or pits? She should be getting a lot better run up here now. There's no ERS. DRS is over. As OTC Dreams pulls right over to the right hand side. Anfo slots in behind. Now it's done his work. Anfo's time to attack. As it now may be down to OCT Dreams to hold up Kenyon behind. LMB passed. Stony Bum into turn 1. Fresh and mediums for the 15 old lap hards. There was looks like there was a little attempt. Sierra 3 seconds from Stony Bum to try and have another little fight back at the Alfa Romeo driver, but I think NB did a quick stop.
I think that's Sierra's second penalty.
I don't know. Down to Stony Bum. Mikey, Sierra has retired. Has it crashed? Oh, he's crashed. We've got a full course safety car. We've got the DNF, our first DNF, the exit of the Ascari. Oh, dearie me. OTC Dreams with an absolute cheap pit stop. Don't know, actually, saying that with these drivers coming around. He's getting a new front wing as well. Where will he come out? We've got some drivers coming up now. We've got LMB coming past. He will get past. Sierra is just behind as well. Mikey's in the pit. Sonny Buzz in the pit. Scootex, Gary, Blitz, Douglas Yeet, Cedric. Is he coming in or staying out? I'd be very surprised if... Maybe it looks like he is staying out. Most drivers electing to go back onto the medium compounds to the end, with 10 laps going.
So we were incorrect. Matt did get his 5 seconds removed when he pitted.
Oh,
which goes against that. I just thought for it being for corner cutting,
yeah,
it would not be removed. Oh well, every day is a school day, as they say. Don't know if you had that on there, but I saw Stony Bum getting very loose.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
I just happened to see it as I was looking at where Matt was, if his time penalty still stood.
Anfo's gone in. So has Dodo's. They've gone in. Is LMB going to get his nose ahead here? He is. LMB gets his nose ahead.
Is Anta going back onto
back onto mediums?
Mediums, yeah. It's sensible, I suppose.
Yeah, I think with how many laps are left, I think it will be a good call. I mean, the Alpine drivers in P1 and 2 are on hards, and if they could get caught out here if the pace on the guys behind is there. Definitely the 2 Ferrari drivers, Anfa and Dreams, on the softer compound of the mediums compared to the hards. Fresher.
I mean, this is interesting. 3 good mates, Stony Bum, Scootex and Black Guy.
Ooh.
It's almost like a joke. Englishman, Scotsman and an Irishman. Scootex being in the Mercedes, I'll be surprised if he doesn't make short work of Stony Bum in the Williams though.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying that because Scootex is a Scotsman. Okay, that's interesting. Stony Bum just went cleanly off track onto the grass after a Ascari and let his 2 buddies go past him.
As he doesn't want any part of this up and coming fight.
No, I don't think so. He's just moved
Blitz
over for
has
JT
gone.
Blitz as well. I can't comment. I used to do the same because I
Yeah.
hated being stuck in the middle in a slower. Or
If he doesn't want to be part of that battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as he's moving over appropriately and not or safely, then that's his call.
Safely, I used to literally park at the side of the track. I don't want to be part of this. Oh, actually, I just realised Tony Bum's got a time penalty. That's maybe part of the stop process.
Potentially, yeah. He's probably thinking he's got a bit more of a fight with the guys underneath.
So I would hope that Snipers for Life and Pivot will catch the back.
Yeah.
Safety car in this.
I would have thought it would be this one, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was another lap. But because this is number 2 now, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Longer.
Always do under safety cars. I mean, if it is now, it's a late call. Very, very late call. I think it will be another lap.
Table tennis? What do you want to do just now?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it has to come in this lap anyway. I think it's 3 laps.
Pivot has went back in the pits again.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Well, this is almost Ferrari-esque at Spa.
Is it going to be a soft compound?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is he gone in to do that like Leclerc did, and then ended up with a speeding?
Yeah, he's sort of. Well, he's had to change his front wing by the looks of it as well. So it's sort of a.
All right. Okay.
Well, a really bad double whammy there. Puts faster tyres on, but the gap is massive now to this grid, and he's wasted time with the front wing, and also increased with a time penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we should see this car in now. There it is. There's the.
Pivot has just crashed.
Well, at least it was while the safety car was still out.
Yeah. He's sitting. What's that? 34. Actually, facing the wrong way down.
Gone out in style as he disappears from the track. As Vale leads this pace. The safety car restart.
Oh, I've just seen carbon fibre flying up from something in the pack there.
So Snipers for Life has been given a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Matt.
Yeah, Snipers for Life has got no front wing.
Oh dear.
Hasn't given Matt rear wing damage. Stonegum's in the pits as well. I wonder if there was 2 collisions there.
LMB has been rear-ended by the looks of that from the Ferrari of Anfo. Scootek's looking on the inside of Dreams. Dreams holding his line. Scootek's going around the outside. Dreams takes that inside.
And throws right on the gearbox of Sirra. Just taking the inside line through the final corner. That was close.
Very, very close that is. I think Anfo may have maybe a bit of a disaster into the race for Anfo, because he's just been caught in that collision with LMB, which if it gets reported is probably a bit of a banker of a ticket. And he's already got... Oh, and that was... OTC Dreams and Scootex side by side, run out of track, and OTC Dreams is round. Yeah, it was just a rear ending off of the straight. Just carried too much speed, didn't brake in time. By what I got caught, unless he got some more shunting from behind, but caused LMB to drop a fair few paces down into P12.
Ready to go.
They're up to Kenyan. We will see an Alpine fight. Bale has 44% ERS. Kenyan has 6.
Yeah.
Kenyan is burning.
He'll be burning to stay in touch to try and be within the DRS when it becomes available on the next lap.
Yeah, I think they're all burned just to get away from the Red Bull behind, or attempt to anyway. I mean, there is a time penalty for the Red Bull as well, so that may come into play.
Dodgers is doing really well, and that has to stick in behind Ansel as well. After his Q2 nightmare, he's up 8 places.
So on to lap 24 of 27, and for the new fastest lap, 22.5. In a hunt for the extra point. As JT Blitz and Gary, JT Blitz gets past Gary, and LMB is also was going to try and take advantage of that then. As LMB has a brilliant exit.
And Dodos has passed Anthol. Anthol did well there, he gave him the room and then slotted right in behind him again.
Oh, simultaneously the McLaren drivers both pick up penalties. Cedric is on the back of PRL Matt, and the Mercedes Zero, another new fastest lap, takes from Anfo. Zero gets past Kenyan. So he wants to fight the next Alpine driver.
That one under pressure from Mikey and Scootex.
Looks like he gets past the first McLaren. Next one is in his sight. Oh, who we lost there? Sector 2, that is OTC Dreams again around the chicane.
And Dodo's is closing up on Kenyon as well now.
That's where these hard tyres are going to start to come into play. Lap 25 going on to 26. These mediums are fresher. DRS and ERS enabled for the Alfa Romeo of LMB moving on to the inside of turn 1. This move should be done way before the first turn, and it is. Good move. Sector 2, that is the Aston Martin driver. Snipers for life. Forced it down in P18. Let's go back to this fight for the podium places.
Literally second, third and fourth are all in the same amount of ERS.
It's going to, the penalties are going to hurt here. Siri's going to get hurt. They come around the final corner on to trigger the last lap of Monza. Flashing ERS light of the Alpine ahead, but it's also going to be flashed on the back of the Red Bull. Not sure if DRS is going to be enough. Nope, Zero backs out. Oh, there's a big lock up from Dodo's. Douglas Sheep gets past the Aston Martin driver of Mikey sitting in P9, moves up to P8 themselves. There's a lot of flashing DRS, ERS lights. It's a good race. Start thinking of your driver of the day. And we'll get up the position changes just so we know. I mean, Skutek's had a flyer. Dodo's up 9 places as well. So for me at the moment, it would be Dodo's depending on his finishing position.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Bale drops down to P2 as Ciro gets himself into P1, but the time penalties are going to come back and bite the Red Bull driver.
Oh, I forgot about that. Absolutely forgot.
So as it stands, provisionally before any tickets come in, is going to be an Alpine 1 and 2. It is Sarah sits P3, Dodo's P4, Antho P5, Skutex comes across the line in P6, Douglas Sheets P7, Mikey P8, Alan P9.
LMB DNF'd? What?
I'm not sure what happened there.
I'm trying to see his car. Dreams has just come in.
He's across the line.
Is he? I did
Well,
wonder unless he's done it deliberately because he didn't have the check flag next to his name. I'm like, what?
I don't know where he's hit the wall, but he is up the road.
Okay, I
I'm not
don't
sure.
see his car anywhere. It's not classifying him though. Everybody that's going past over the line is jumping him.
Sure, and that concludes Monza.
I will make sure that I get the race director again.
Cool, thank you. So it was a good day in the office for the Alpine. Come to Monza and smashed it. As race winner of PRL Rail, followed by his teammate of in the Alpine of Kenya, TTM Sierra up to P3, Dodo's P4, and F3 P5, Scootex P6, Takashid P7, Mikey with a decent race in the Aston Martin up to P8. Alan drops 1 place from his P8 on the grid to P9. McLaren come across the line together in P10 and 11. Second, Mercedes drives PRL. Matt is in P12. Convicts a good race in the Williams up to P13. Sidgwick down in P14 after a good Q3 result. Antho started grid on P17, moves up 2 places to P15. Stony Bum P16. Snipers for Life 17, and the rest, unfortunately, were DNF. So that concludes round 9 of Monza this weekend. It's China next week.
Yes, I believe it is.
Is it? Yeah, it is China. Yep, a fan favourite. Not of many, but we shall see you next week.
Bye.